Good morning, it's Phoenix Amore. So, what I want to talk about is the turn the other cheek concept. Now, some of me using my own life experiences as a discussion point really is just for that purpose. Well, I guess I needed to stress to some people, I'm not always saying stuff in hopes that somebody feels sorry for me or helps me. Some of this is still that whole teaching capacity. I guess I need to stress that over and over again to some people because I don't know who had been talking, but I'm like, Lord, I can tell you one thing though. That turn the other cheek concept is a great concept. You know, for those who were raised in religious homes, what that concept was about. That is basically saying, okay, if somebody does something to you, you don't always have to retaliate, right? Turn the other cheek. Now, here's one thing that's dangerous about that concept, and I'm going to even use the Bible in the respect of learning to apply it in appropriate situations, because even God let the whale swallow Jonah. If you notice something that I said, let, which means God stopped protecting Jonah and left Jonah to make his own decisions. Fine, you think you know everything, you want to navigate Lucifer's dominion by yourself, go for it. That is basically what that meant in that situation. Now, so that meant God didn't turn the other cheek. If you think about it, he was ticked off at Jonah enough to say, no, I'm telling you what, you go do it. You so smart. That is the concept that I have learned to apply to some people in my life. Also to keep my own peace too, because I still have other children I have to be a mother for. See, that's the difference there when you recognize and not let yourself get too caught up in power struggles with people. You still got other stuff going on that you have to do. That's real. So the one thing that I need to stress is the moment that it really struck me like that, no, we're not gonna have this. When I moved back to that city, I literally moved into a home that was in the same neighborhood that my ex lived in, the house that we owned before. And so I was renting this house out from ex's old sitter. Okay, now here's what's interesting about this whole thing. Listen very closely to how this all plays out. So that move was two reasons. It's because the boys had been nostalgic, really more so the oldest, about, living in that city and that neighborhood. So we moved there. And that's me trying to play good mom and appeal and to basically make sure everybody else was happy. Okay. So then all of a sudden it's like, okay, so we're living here. So what's the problem if the boys want to live here with us? Well, we can, you know what, whatever. That's to be expected. That was again to kind of show I'm still willing to bend over backwards at that point to accommodate everybody else involved. But a funny thing starts happening. Oh, can you babysit the boys this weekend and next weekend? And I need this and I need that. Wait a minute. I didn't move here to make everything easy on you after you just screwed me over. Let's just keep it real. And now you think you're going to turn me into the babysitter that's available all the time and me still pay your child support. Not happening. So it was a lot of things going on to where finally I'm like, I need to kind of get some clarity here. But the babysitter, and I have to stress too, when I started letting myself feel something, listening to some of these people, the babysitter, oh, B's mother, B is basically my second ex's nickname, whatever. B's mother missed X so much. And I'm looking and I'm kind of like, these people are trip a little bit. She didn't mean bad by that, but I said, you'll see how y'all always try to consider everybody else's feelings other than the mother. What is wrong with some of this? That they didn't stop and get binocular view. That's what it was really about. And so at the end of the day, it took a random person that did not know me looking at my face, pale, broken out. And she said, girl, I couldn't live in the same city as my second ex either. And when she said that, a peace just came over me to where I could let it go. And so when you start talking about that whole turn the other cheek concept, you got to get real and say, now, how many times am I supposed to turn the other cheek? This one's still red from when that person slapped it. I turned this way, they slapped this cheek. There's no more cheeks left. Be realistic and grounded in the religious teachings. That's where you keep mentally healthy people. Take care.